Mishla, Accordia, Fáilte Clare, Chelnocht, Gosco, Carvalho, Clare, and Ocod, Shop. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, delighted to be here this evening. I want to welcome our own students, but in particular, welcome friends and mentors, alumni from DCU, and particularly Murin. Delighted to have Murin back for this important evening to celebrate the Structured Mentorship Programme, and to congratulate all those receiving certificates this evening as well. The programme has been running very successfully now for over 3 years, and the numbers continue to grow. And I think the numbers that Yvonne quoted, which I have to now remove one full page of my speech, Yvonne, thank you. But 90 students from all 4 faculties and 73 mentors, mainly alumni from DCU, but all friends of DCU. It's hugely significant for us. Let me tell you some details which I think highlight the importance of what you've been doing and what our mentors have been doing with you. I spent a lot of my first 18 months in office and talking to employers, because I believe one of the perhaps the primary role for me as president of the university is to ensure that you as students get an appropriate education, but an appropriate education for the 21st century. And that is an important statement. I've spoken to probably every CEO of every major company in the country, every managing director, every country manager, and you can test me later on, you can pick the big companies and ask me them all. But even today, I spoke with the country manager here for Google. I spoke with the managing partner for PwC. I always get the same message. You know, the degrees from most Irish universities are very good, and including DCU, you've got excellent degrees, disciplinary knowledge, the quality, and so on. However, all employers, without exception, are looking for more. They're looking for the more rounded graduate, the graduate with the additional skills. The last event I've just come from was in Dublin Castle. It was a conference on entrepreneurship and education. And Shane Nolan from Google, and I think the Google person you may well know Shane, said, look, when we're interviewing, I just look at the grade and so on. If you're above, 2.2 or 2.1, he said, yeah, you're in for consideration. But now we're looking for the added value. We're looking for the special you. And I want to know what you did during your undergraduate career. I want to know what time you spent, what your leadership skills were, what experience you had, what your internship skills were, and so on. And again and again, we've discovered that. I've just come back from a visit to Silicon Valley on the West Coast and New York on the East Coast. And part of that, there was visiting companies, visiting graduates, visiting alumni. We ran 2 alumni events. Jim was there with us in New York, and we had one in San Francisco as well. Hugely satisfying to talk to and to meet with graduates at DCU. But let me give you one. It goes back to Google again. Lorraine Tuhal did the international marketing and languages here a number of years ago. She's now Senior Vice President Global Marketing at Google. An incredible job. She spends 8 to 10 meetings a week with the CEOs of Google. That's the level she's at. But she said, look, I wouldn't be here without my DCU degree. I wouldn't be here without the time I spent abroad in the year abroad. I wouldn't be here without the experience I got through mentorship programs such as this. And she immediately offered to be part of the e-mentoring scheme. And what's more, at both the alumni events, we had alumni coming up and saying, yes, we want to give back to DCU. We really value the sort of education you give, and we want to be part of that mentoring. That mentoring that you have just received, you may not realize it yet, but it's hugely transformative for you. That combined with what you may do through Intra or what you may do through your year abroad makes you a different person, makes you a better person for success in your future life and success in the workplace itself. As part of our commitment to that, many of you may know we started this initiative last year, so-called Generation 21, where we took the 6 top attributes that all of those leading employers committed to us, or conveyed to us, and said we have now rewritten over 2,500 modules underpinning all our degree programs, so that their learning outcomes have now been mapped onto those 6 attributes. And we're talking about creativity and enterprising mindsets. We're talking about communication skills. We're talking about leadership skills. We're talking about problem solving. The sort of things that the world is looking for. We have now written those in and mapped those into all degree programs. The students coming through now, including yourselves, are benefiting from that. And that will round you off as a graduate that is prepared for success in your life and in the workplace. More than that, you have the skills to articulate those attributes that you learn through your experience here at DCU. So that's why this mentorship program, this structured mentorship program, is so important. That's why, on behalf of the university, I'm so grateful to the mentors who've given freely of their time to actually give you assistance. It's hugely valuable. I'd say it's a value that you probably don't fully realise yet, but certainly we see it. And talking to our alumni in all parts of the world, they recognise it and recognise the value of it. So I'd say I don't want to sermonise too much this evening, but it is hugely important. So my role here tonight was to welcome you, congratulate you, those receiving certificates, but in particular to thank those behind it. I'm delighted that, if you like, the founder of the concept here at DCU has come back to me with his Murren. This wouldn't be happening if Murren hadn't planted the seed here at DCU a number of years ago and made sure it took off the ground. And to see it thriving and flourishing like this with such numbers is fantastic. And to have such a large turnout, a large fraction of those who've been through the program, it's hugely important. So finishing points really, to thank the mentors, and I say not all of you I know are alumni of DCU, you're friends of DCU through various companies. For example, as I said, I was in PwC this afternoon. They're our biggest employer. We had Deloitte in here last week, Brendan Jennings, all giving those same messages to me, right? Keep doing what you're doing, keep producing the sort of graduates you're producing. PwC just employed, or have offered jobs to 26 graduates this year in the past few weeks. They're looking for more. So, you know, it's because of learning experiences like this that makes you attractive to those companies, to the big four like Accenture, to Intel, to Google. Google always employed 3 more graduates in Dublin last week that have come out of here in Google. All the big name companies hiring people from here. So, having thanked those outside DCU, let me thank the people behind the organisation itself, Yvonne McLaughlin as well, Claire Bowen, who's in her sick bed this evening, Celine Nicolaitic from the alumni office, Jim Moore, who's chair of the alumni organisation. Thank you, Jim, for being here this evening as well. And finally, congratulations to our students for stepping up and taking part in this. You could have done lots of other things with your free time. You've done something important. It will stand to you. Keep doing what you're doing. You will be those successful graduates in the future. You will be those rounded graduates. You will make it in the world that's out there by virtue of showing the initiative you've taken by participating in this program. So, Gormil Malcolm.